We got more Halle Bailey and DDG shit from well, 2 days ago. I watched something yesterday, so let's see what new news is coming out from Mr. Mediocre Tutorials A in reviews. DDG gets massive win against Halle Bailey after filing for a restraining order.
Guys, we got some updates today in regards to the DDG Halle Bailey situation, and I guess what was reported yesterday was a degree of fake news, so we're going to go over the update right now. But long story short, the TLDR, DDG was actually approved for a restraining order. Let's go through it. DDG's legal team claims temporary restraining order was in fact granted against Halle Bailey despite recent reports. Now, DDG's attorney is pushing back against reports that his request for the TRO was denied. In a statement shared with XXL, DDG's legal team claims that the court did in fact approve this temporary restraining order.
Good.
The court granted, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for y'all. The court granted Mr. Granberry a temporary restraining order, TRO, based on the serious allegations set forth within his application. The issuance of this order reflects the court's finding that there is sufficient cause to provide immediate legal protection while the matter proceeds. Now, this comes after multiple publications reported DDG's emergency motion had been denied, along with this attempt to stop Halle from traveling to Italy with their son, citing concerns about her mental stability. Now, I'm going to give a brief applause right here in regards to what it is that this means, because I was confused after seeing all of those text messages, the fact that he was visibly hurt within his pictures. Why him, as the man, would not receive the TRO that he requested. Now, with his request, he also wanted sole custody. We'll get into that in a quick second, as well as he did not want Halle to be able to take their son away over the pond. We'll get into that as well. According to the statement from DDG's attorney, the custody issues remain unresolved and will be addressed at a full hearing. These are highly sensitive matters involving a minor child, and Mr. Granberry remains committed to resolving them through the appropriate legal channels, not in the court of public opinion. Now, for people who still don't believe the W that DDG just received, here's the actual temporary restraining order right here. You'll see in number 1, the protected person is Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., and the restrained person is Halle Bailey.
It's just a matter of now at this point, who's gonna do what's in the best interest of the child. You know what I'm saying? I feel that Halle hates DDG more than she loves Halo, which will make her not do what's best for the sake of her son. Halle Bailey is not allowed to come within 200 feet of DDG. She can't text him. She can't call him. She cannot use any kind of emotional or mental manipulation to get anything at all. She is not allowed to use emotional manipulation or anything emotionally abusive to get her way no more. But with that being said, she still has custody of Halo. I do pray to God that they get 50-50. Kids need both parents, you feel me? They need their mama and their daddy. Do what's best for the child at this point, bro.
Now, some people were trying to say that this was fake because if you zoom in on the relationship portion, it says S-girlfriend, ES-girlfriend rather. Some people are just like, well, why would it be a typo issue on a document like this without realizing that this is actually estranged girlfriend? They don't use the term ex-girlfriend on these documents. Also important to note that their son is crossed out of other protected people, and that this order expires in just a couple of weeks at the date of their first hearing, which is June 24th. Yeah, so again, custody is not changing whatsoever until that court hearing at the end of June. But DDG absolutely had to do this because he needs...
When is her... I'm going to take your face off
something.
Off that. When is her... Jesus Christ. When is her trip to Italy? Because I'd imagine she'd be barred from leaving the country before the hearing, or at least with the child, right? The child will have to go somewhere, and I don't think in this state she would. Well, I think she would still try to go if it is between now and then. But I'm very curious as to what she's going to be doing. What they'll both be doing between then. I'm sure everyone's still like the lady just said, we're still thinking about the child and stuff, but also her own safety, right? Even though she might be a little off her fucking rocker, her life is also in question because she threatened self-harm how many times? At least one time. And one time is more than enough. You know what I mean?
Legally filed to demonstrate what we all knew to begin with, that she's not this pretty little harmless mermaid princess that came under the tyranny of a man in the name of DDG, and that he has some verifiable evidence, text messages, pictures of damage onto his body, that in fact she's a complete terror.
Clap back or sit back. I always have to choose clap back.
Now, it still would have reflected better if he filed first.
Why
so now
always?
The question remains, is this too little, too late? But we're going to find that out in the next couple of weeks. Let's take a look at some of the comments on this in order to determine the public sentiment. Sir, she restrained you first. This means she had no intention of being near you. Cancel. Yours. So again, it has nothing to do with the betterment of the child or the truth coming out. They just want Haley, a woman, to be the winner in this situation.
Right. That's what it seems like.
Never have I ever started drama with my boyfriend for no reason.
Put it down.
I've, you know.
Hell, if she already had one against you, then what was the point? Laugh, 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 laugh. He just wants to feel like he got a victory somewhere. No, clown moron. He is now utilizing fantastic lawyers, shout out to Aiden Ross, to clap back where she is utilizing other lawyers against him. It's not about having a victory somewhere. This man may lose custody of his child. What don't you understand about that?
Crazy, bro. It really, really is disgusting.
It's the whole thing of the age-old story, man, of just men not getting custody, like how the parental court system just be fucking over the guys, or the public perception is just against the men. This guy wants to be a dad. He wants his child. He wants his child away from his apparently dangerous, crazy mother. Why can't we acknowledge that? Why do we just have you on her side because she's a fucking woman? Isn't that what we want? Black guys to take care of the fucking kids. And now we have one, and now it's like, oh, now he just wants a victory. Shut your asses.
More right here. DDG some. Wait, let me see.
But I'm glad that he got connected to my lawyers. Oh yeah, this is like the classic, right? I'm sure we've all had a girlfriend where they're like, if you leave me, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah,
Chat.
there's a lot of them. I've seen plenty of videos of them.
I've seen plenty of videos chat with my lawyers. Shit.
Oh, so this.
Yeah, I remember I just had a fucking pop in my head. I might be able to find this fucking video too, where this couple was going through some sort of breakup, but they're already separated, but they're still living together with the kid, and he I guess changed the Wi-Fi password, and she's like, what's the Wi-Fi password? What's the Wi-Fi password? What's the Wi-Fi password? Tell me, or I'll call the police and tell them you were beating me and shit. Yeah, and I'll do it too. Yeah, I'll do it. Right? It's like, that's fucking crazy. Put her up, put her right in jail. Jail.
This is the reason why all this is coming out.
Man, my boy Daryl, man, you gotta make sure he's a good dude. He's a good human being.
This is why all this is coming out. It makes sense. I ain't gonna lie, Halle Berry, you're cooked. You need Jay-Z to back you up or something.
You know, can I just tell you guys something really quick about something like that? There needs to be a clause in legal where if a woman is trying to put allegations on a man and it gets caught in 4K, it's fake, the girl needs to do the time.
Yes.
Like, it's just, why the fuck is this not a thing?
Now, for the sake of providing value through
at
knowledge,
the very least,
I also wanted to communicate to you guys that there is a key difference. There's key differences between having a protective order versus having a restraining order. So let's just quickly review that as well. Again, he got and she got, they both got protective orders against each other. Now, the purpose, to protect individuals from violence, threats, and harassment. And these are typically utilized in domestic violence and abuse situations, whereas a restraining order, this is usually an action by one party towards another. Now, think of more civil disputes, right? Someone in the workplace, you know, a stranger that you don't know. That's more of a restraining order. Now, the penalties for both are also different as well. So the enforcement for a protective order, now there can be criminal penalties for violations, arrests, jail times, and fines, whereas a restraining order, it's more just fines and other sanctions. Okay, so very different. Know the difference between the two. And also within my update of yesterday, I actually missed these series of texts right here. There was a lot of text. I mean, it was like 70 pages worth of documents.
Almost from like last year and shit.
But I missed these as well, and I think it's important. If I had gone over these ones yesterday and saw that a TPO was not granted, but anyway, I thought me having your child would prove to you my commitment and loyalty to you, but you went behind my back, and now my son will have a broken home.
What?
These are the text message back in 2024. Now, mind you, this is at the same time that The Little Mermaid was coming out or about to be released. To think that behind scenes, this is what was happening is absolutely incredible. But you'll see Haley's text right here. I tried so hard. I did everything I could. I love you the best that I could. Again, look at the quick succession of all of these crazy ass texts. And to admit this, that you thought legitimately that having someone's child was going to get him to stop or to calm down or was going to get him to change behavior that you are actively seeing right now, is absolutely insane. That has never worked since the beginning of time. Never. And
kids
then
never
to
really
go
fixed
back
the
and
that kind
now
of thing.
blame him for your son having a broken home when you thought this was going to work is absolutely insane. I mean, this is the weaponization of a womb to try to control a man. And she's admitting it to you
Very
right
clearly.
here in
Very
4K.
clearly.
This is effectively a bad bet where you chose to be a single mother, and the inability to deal with your decision is driving you absolutely insane. Any of the ladies, any of the MTRs that are currently watching this, if you think that a child is a surefire way to change how a man moves or to force him into a relationship, you are absolutely bugging. Stop it.
Everybody keeps saying, how come DDG didn't go to the court? How come he didn't say anything? Why is he saying stuff now? Didn't she start this up? Didn't she light the fire and now he's throwing in dynamite and now you guys are upset? Didn't she poke and got what she wanted? She could have handled this like an adult, and she made this bigger than it needed to be. And clearly, DDG wanted to not say nothing because look at the whole thing. Do you think... And I would never want everybody to know everything that's happening in my relationship. Not only is it embarrassing, humiliating, now everybody knows. I find it so crazy that you guys are still blaming him. Postpartum this, she's going through this.
Yeah.
She literally, when she first found out she had the baby, said that she was going to unalive him and threatened.
Right.
She's been doing this stuff even before she had postpartum. She's been
Right.
crazy. Why are we acting as if we don't see that there's women that are like this? I find it so sad
believe
that
all
women
women
can
is
support
why.
women who do this.
And along with this manipulation, she threatened to go through with an A unless her relationship is restored.
And she's black.
Using
That's like
pregnancy
two things right
as
there.
leverage to control DDG. In June 2023, I discovered that the petitioner attempted to terminate the pregnancy without my knowledge or consent, regardless of our prior discussions to parent the child to.
I thought that was alleged in that first
June
video we watched.
2023, I discovered that the petitioner attempted to terminate the pregnancy without my knowledge or consent, regardless of our prior discussions to parent the child to.
Jeez. I got upset by that before by just being like alleged. But it's like an act that's in the court documents and shit. Dog, that's disgusting. After you already agreed to co-parent and shit, you're still gonna attempt to go behind his back and get rid of the baby. That's great. That's legitimately crazy.
Together. And this is what I always talk about in the sense of that the right to choose is only with the mother in the current legal structure. I've had people within my life that child was conceived, they wanted that child to go to term, but then the mother decided, no, I will not allow this to happen. And what was inside of her, all right? On or about June 6, 2023, the petitioner contacted me complaining that she was bleeding and in pain. And in my effort to assist, I contacted her OBGYN and learned that the petitioner, Haley, had attempted to the baby but failed to take the second pill. Okay.
Oh my
Now, following this
God,
discovery, I spoke to the petitioner, Haley, and asked why she
That's
would
fucking disgusting.
over our child after we had agreed to co-parent together. Haley threatened me by demanding that we reconciled or that she would go through with the... This was the most troubling of her attempts to coercively control me. After that, that's when he decided to cut ties with her because he no longer wanted to be controlled by this behavior.
Absolutely
All right, so now
fair.
that I laid all the arguments out for you, let's go to the other side of the internet and see what the Haley supporters are saying.
Well, DDG got a restraining order, but his lawyer wanted y'all to know that he did get a protection against Halle, even though Halle got hers first a long time ago. He also produced an audio video of him and Halle getting into it in the car and Halle allegedly hurting him. I'm saying allegedly because I ain't seen that shit. And then Halle, with the quickness, brought up DDG and his brother getting into that damn altercation at DreamCon. I told y'all that shit was coming. Still doesn't change the fact that Halle still has full custody right now of Halo, and he is going out of the country, I think Italy, with her. And the restraining order that she has put on DDG will remain in effect until they sit in front of a judge on June 24th. And that is where the custody battle will start. So all the mudslinging right now, it will all build up at the end. But Halle will not be losing custody of that baby. And DDG is going to have to prove that he can take care of Halo
with all this evidence
50% of the time.
read it.
Not with his mama, not with no assistance, him focusing on that boy 24/7 while he is in his care. And I don't want to hear shit about Halle not being able to do that, because she's already been able to prove that she can handle her son and work at the same time. And unlike DDG,
Can't she handle her fucking mental?
that she can handle
the
her
fucking
son
problem.
and work at the same time. And unlike DDG,
Pickle! What's going on, bro? How the hell are you? Dog, this shit's fucking stupid. Like, I can't understand how people can just really ignore, I can understand not everybody reads things like this man right here does, or like Abba does. But like, even the little bit I read from day one, and just that one thing of like, oh, I'm gonna unalive myself and the baby won't be around to see it. That's all you need. Why are people defending that shit? It's crazy.
her life is scheduled out around her son. DDG's life is up and down, gone, come back, gone, come back. I'ma get him when I can. I want to see him now on demand.
There seems to be a trend with these women. It just seems the more that I listen to them, right? Like, it's like they're trying to figure out any way to discredit, right? Like, how do you know
any
that
way
his
at
life
all
is set up like that now because of the difficulty of getting baby Halo? How do you know?
DDG fans, y'all really out there. At the end of the day, the mother will win. She's had that boy since birth. And when they broke up, who was taking care of him? Who had full-time custody of him? Her. If you really wanted to fight for your son and you thought he would...
Does that mean that we can just ignore the threats to the baby's life as well as her own? Just because she's had the baby since she was born, we should just ignore those things? You sound like a fucking goofy.
Was in any type of danger when everything was happening in 2023, 2024, you should have done something then. Now you just look jealous and petty.
Here's the thing. This is why I was actually saying in the beginning that he should have filed earlier for all of this. It seems like
he should have filed
now
earlier.
It is a response. It is as of a response to her filing something on him and wanting sole custody, full custody, and him coming back a little bit later and then filing this as in retaliation, although it's something that he should do at the point that she files first. It would have looked a lot better.
I bet it was. We're watching that right after this. I 100% bet it was.
First. But again, these women will establish that he's being petty and filing back, and they're not understanding that he may lose access to his son. So of course he's going to file back. It's almost as if when they consider fathers within these situations, they don't think of the importance of having a father in his life. And
they don't.
Well, she's been raising him, or she's had him most of the time since birth. So why would that need to change? They don't understand the value
because she's
of
fucking
having
nuts
men in the household, in the child's life. But it's okay because they don't need to understand. I just hope that the court understands and that everybody comes through with as much evidence as possible so that a decision can be made with the most amount of information involved. However, within all of that, I think that DDG has done a successful job.
It's only like 9:30.
Eliminating.
We'll be done like around 11:30.
Peachy keen, rose-colored glasses view that she
that's earlier than usual. I'm up to like 1 o'clock in the morning doing this shit.
Disney persona backing it. Yeah. It's not all Disney fun and roses at the end of it, huh? All right, guys. Leave me your comments, thoughts, reactions, opinions down in the comment box down below. Do you think that this is...
I know I keep calling the fucking fish face crazy, but, well, one, she is, but two, I genuinely want her to get help. Right? I'm not saying that just to be mean. I'm saying it because it's true. You need to call these things for what it is so these people can get help as they are. I don't care if she's a fucking celebrity. I don't care if she's going, if her career is on the rise. I don't care if she's fucking pretty or whatever the fuck. She needs help. She really fucking does. I hope to God that kid's gonna be okay.